Hello and welcome. Today we're in a place that caught me completely off guard. One moment I thought I was in Spain, the next moment I thought I'd turned the corner and entered another country by accident. When we go up into the town, I hope that I'll be able to somehow show you what I mean. Before that though, I just want to introduce you to the environment here. This is a little park at the bottom of the town, and the river runs through, and it's just such a gorgeous place. You can see the locals take full advantage of it. It must be wonderful having a place like this in your town where you could go with a group of friends and just hang out and completely immerse yourself in nature. I've crossed to the other side of the river, and this is the route into the town. It's not the only route. I suspect though that once long ago it might have been the main route. It's more like a wilderness trail. Coming in by this trail has really allowed me to appreciate the environment here. Albarracin's a fortified town, and the walls are still in incredibly well preserved condition. It doesn't really show on camera, but this track is incredibly steep. I'm struggling, I'm really having to take a lot of care coming down here. The surface is very loose, and just gravity pushing you down against this loose surface, well, this trail's no joke. I don't know if this happens to you, but whenever I hear rushing water like that up ahead somewhere, it always makes me a little bit excited, and I wonder what I'm going to encounter. This magnificent building's the crematorium. Look at the effort and the attention to the detail that they put into building this. Albarracin's origins date back to the 7th century, though its current village was established in the early 11th century under the Banu Razin family. The first parts of its extensive fortifications were built around the 10th century, with later additions during the late Middle Ages under the Kings of Aragon. The town sits at an elevation of just under 1,200 metres, So I mean that's high. We're at mountain level. There's only about 1,000 people live here. There's a huge variety of different building designs and architectural styles, but one common factor is the coloration. The town's surrounded by red sandstone boulders and rocks, and the building materials have obviously been sourced locally, and you'll notice this very red or pink hue running through the town. This coloration is commonly referred to as red ochre. I'm sure at one time in its history this town had a need for a police station, but it sure doesn't feel like there's one now. The town's renowned for its almost untouched medieval architecture, which includes the imposing castle. Around 711 AD, Muslim forces invaded from North Africa and rapidly took control of most of this area, establishing a period of Muslim rule which would last for 700 years. These people were generically known as the Moors. The word describes people who originated in Mauritania, which was a Roman province in North Africa. At the beginning of the video, I said that when I came into this town in Spain, it felt like I'd accidentally wandered into another country. Well, that is exactly what I meant. This town feels incredibly Moroccan to me. I spent some time there, and when I came here, I felt like I'd come back to Morocco. It's very quiet here, but I can almost imagine the sound of the bells when they do the call to prayer. You've probably noticed these pink paving slabs everywhere throughout the town. It looks like they've intentionally designed it so that you've got somewhere flat and smooth to walk on. Although the rest of the paving's been done quite well, it's reasonably level because it's made up of individual stones and rocks. It can be quite uncomfortable underfoot.
Relax. A little more.
Okay, let's do that. Let's do that. Sounds like a great idea, guys.
Vamos a ver, Álvaro, vamos a ver cómo se ve el virus.
Ya tenemos bastantes. Realmente la más cercana sería la lagartija a la realidad. Lo que pasa es que no una lagartija pequeña, sino un lagarto así de grande. De hecho está casi a escala a cómo es ese lagarto. No sé si lo hemos visto alguna vez, pero por aquí por la sierra del Albarracín hay muchos que se llaman lagartos ocelados. O de manera popular, pardachos, salvachos, cardachos, ardachos. Ese es el nombre que tienen. Esos bichos son de color verde, tienen puntos azules, en puntos verdes.
I would have thought the way that this town is situated below the tops of the mountains, almost not in a valley but in a sort of a punch bowl, that the wind wouldn't be a factor, but as you can hear, it somehow whips down here in this section. I really like the way the shadows fall from the wall with the sun in this position. It's quite interesting. This is probably the place in the town that had the most impact on me, probably because it was a complete surprise. I came through out of that tiny alleyway into what I would imagine is the town square. What a beautiful location. I think again the shadows play an incredible part in creating the atmosphere here. It really feels very charismatic. That has to be the most beautiful Santander branch I've ever seen.
Siempre a ver. La Guardia Civil o de la tarjeta en un mes y si has hecho algún día que te has pasado,
Sí.
taca, taca.